Hi, I'm Brandon, and today we're going to review this heads-up display by Scosche. Back in the late 90s, I had this terrible job delivering carpet to commercial buildings. The hours were bad, the working conditions were filthy, and it was back-breaking work. Despite these horrible conditions, I managed to survive and make some really good friends along the way. One of my friends from the carpet place had a Nissan Altima as his daily driver. To me, the Altima was a pretty lame car. Basically something that gets you from one point to the next. Back in the late 90s, I was cruising around in this, my 1995 Honda Civic. So one day I was making fun of my friend Ryan for his lame Altima, and he revealed to me an awesome feature about the car. So this awesome feature that the Altima had was called a heads-up display, and what it would do is it would project how fast you're driving onto the windshield. So actually see how fast you're going projected onto the windshield like a hologram. I've always thought this was such a cool feature and wondered why more cars didn't have it. So recently I was flipping through a magazine at the magazine store, and I came across an article about this new heads-up display that you can get for as cheap as 30 bucks. I got this for 30 bucks at Walmart today. You can't beat that price. I mean, even if this thing is stupid, $30? I mean, I just spent 20 on 2 magazines. So let's get this thing opened up and see what we're dealing with. All right, first, what do we got here? This is the little display itself. If I could ever get it out of the stupid bag. So what this is going to do is it's going to display RPMs and speed and voltage and anything we want it to say. This is the actual brains of the unit. So this thing here, this is like a little sticky pad that's going to stick on the dash, and this guy is going to sit in here. It's actually going to sit this way. Right? Did I have it right the first time? How's it going to sit? It's going to sit like this so that we have access to the side here, on and off, and the power plug goes through right there. Pretty well thought out, I would say. We're going to find out later. This plugs into your OBD II sensor. This is only going to work on, I think, 2005 and up. So if your car is older than 2005, this probably won't work. But for any kind of new modern car, you're going to have an OBD II sensor. And this thing just plugs right in. This plugs into here, and we're on our way. One of the things that I forgot to mention in the unpacking is that you get one of these. What this is a little piece of tint that's going to go on your windshield, and it's going to make the reflection much clearer. Okay, so let me show you what I got here. I did some testing with the heads-up display, and I tried to figure out the best place, trying to find the best place for the camera, the best place to mount it. So what I came up with is mounting it right here. This is going to be a really good spot for it. It's going to reflect right up in this area here. You don't want it up too high because it'll get really obnoxious. And remember, we have to put a piece of like tint / film on the windshield. And if it's up too high, despite the fact that it's going to be transparent, it may get really annoying. I tried it down here just to kind of see what it looked like. And again, it was way up here and it's just too distracting. So right here is the way to go. Next thing we have to figure out is this cord. We need to be able to mount this thing so that it's hidden, it's not obnoxious, it's a nice clean install, and is not dangerous or going to wrap around our foot while we're driving or anything like that. So you get about 4 feet worth of cord, which is plenty. And I'm going to show you what I got rigged up here. This is the end that's actually going to go to the heads-up display. So ultimately this is what needs to wind up on the dashboard. So what I'm going to do, or what I did do, is I ran a coat hanger from here to here. I took my A-pillar cover off, got the coat hanger hung here. I'm going to tape this end to here and then pull it up to here. All right, I got that all taped up. Now let's pull it through. Let's see if it works. It's like fishing. Oh, I think I got something. I think it's big. Yay! That wasn't so hard. So now this guy here, he is going to plug in underneath. So our heads-up display is going to plug into that, and that's where all the readings are going to come from. So we're going to take this, and we're going to make sure that we plug it in properly. It can only be plugged in one way. You want to make sure you don't plug it in wrong because you could damage your little reader. There you go. It's just that simple. Plugged in. So now we're going to pull the rest of the slack up of this wire. There we go. Now it's out of the way. Okay, so sorry about the lighting. I know it's terrible. I'm trying my best. Here's the other end. And we need to get it to here. So my idea is there is a little crevice between the windshield and the dash. And the idea is that this wire is going to sit kind of tucked in there. So give me 2 seconds, let me see what I can do with it. Alright, so check it out. I got the A-pillar back on. I got this guy installed. And the wire is pretty much hidden along this seam here. You can still see a little of it right here. It's okay. Over time, the sun's going to hit this. It's going to settle in and lay down. But yeah, if you own a house, I know you got one of these guys. That's how you open up a paint can. So I use this to kind of tuck the wire along the crevice between the dashboard and the windshield. So here it is. Let me show you what it looks like so far. So you'll notice right now it's showing me how many volts the battery's got, and then it goes to miles per hour. You can see RPMs at the top. You see them climb as I give it gas. And turn this off. And you can also notice that it isn't very clear. It's almost doubled. It's doubled because I haven't put that piece of tint on yet. So that's what I'm going to do next. The piece of tint is pretty big. It's a big round circle. I don't know if I want the whole circle. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape off an area like this and try to cut the tint to fit the reflective area. So wish me luck. Okay, so I made an executive decision. I wound up moving it over this way a little bit. I think it's going to be a little bit more secure, and it's off of it was covering a little bit of the vent here for the defroster, so now it's not covering anything. And it also puts it more in front of my face. So here is the screen. Now keep in mind that this has protective film on it, so it's still a little scratchy, a little hazy, but this is essentially what we're going to get once we attach this. So before we attach this, we have to figure out A, where we want it, which I'm thinking about right here, and then B, we have to clean the windshield really, really well before we go ahead and stick this on. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to go ahead and clean the windshield. Okay, so we've come across an important step here, and we have to be real careful that we do a good job with this because you really get one shot, and if you screw it up, you have to spend $6.99 to buy another one of these things on Amazon or eBay or wherever you can find one. Getting this right is super important. So not only does it have to be nice against the windshield and look really good, but it also has to be in the right spot so that our reflection is fully on the entire surface of this film and not on our windshield. So I think I'm going to do some measuring before I go ahead and apply this, and then keep our fingers crossed that I can actually do it right. Alright, so here goes nothing. I got my reflective film. I got it I have it outlined here where it needs to go, basically up against this and then to that side, and then everything else will fall into place. I have a little beat up squeegee that is wrapped in a damp paper towel. I have a rag. And I have some window cleaner. So I'm going to spray this windshield. I'm going to apply this sticker. I'm going to wipe it. And then I'm going to use a squeegee to try to get all the bubbles out. So wish me luck. So step one is remove the back. Attaching. Use my squeegee here. Get that liquid out. You can hear it coming out. So we want to squeegee it down as best we can. Alright, now we're going to remove the final piece here. And let's see how we did. There you go. Donezo. Now let's see what it looks like. Check that out. Crystal clear. Showing me how many volts the battery's receiving right now. And now it goes miles per hour. And then at the top, see the climb? How badass is that? Are we in a spaceship or are we in my 2006 Scion XB? Because I think we might be in a spaceship right now. So one last cool thing that this thing can do is there is a toggle button over here on the left side of the unit. And right now, as you can see, it's showing me RPMs on the top. And it's also showing me miles per hour with the big 0. And then there's a little temperature gauge, which is kind of shown in bar form. If I toggle this, now I'm getting the temperature of the car as the main display. You can see it's in Fahrenheit. If I hit it again, now it's showing me the volts once again. And then the third time, it takes me back to miles per hour. So it's a pretty neat feature that this thing offers. Let's take this thing for a spin. I cannot believe this thing is $30. It is like, it's $30. That's like a quarter of a tank in an American car. Look how cool it is. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review of the Scosche heads-up display. I'll tell you what, I really do like it. $30, you can't beat it. If you haven't noticed, I haven't gotten over the price yet. One great thing that I like about this installation is that it's totally removable. I didn't drill any holes. I didn't stick anything on the dash. I can just pick this up, pull it out, unplug it from the OBD II sensor, pull this tint off the windshield, and everything's back to normal. So if you're looking to add something different to your car and you're short on money like I always am, get yourself one of these things. 30 bucks, can't beat it. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe. I'll see you next time.